What's up, Boulder, Colorado? Today we have a quick update on the Cormani McClain situation. We've seen a lot of updates flying around about Cormani, but just want you guys to hear it from Coach Prime's mouth directly. We have some new audio that I think adds a little bit more context to where the relationship is. One of the things I love about Coach Prime is that you never have to guess or worry or wonder about where he stands on something. Unlike a lot of coaches out there who act like politicians and try to hide things during interviews, Coach Prime is going to tell you everything you need to know. He's going to tell you the good, the bad, and the ugly. And that's part of why we love him. Rarely in life do you get someone who is willing to tell you exactly what you need to hear. Not what you want to hear, but what you need to hear. So it's Friday afternoon. Grab some popcorn, sit back, get ready, because we're about to enjoy Coach Prime telling it like it is. So the first thing that happened this week was that Coach Prime was asked about comments made about Cormani seeing the field being up to Cormani. Take a listen.
Coach Sean Keeler of the Denver Post, you mentioned last week that Cormani seeing the field was up to Cormani. I wonder if you could elaborate on what you want to see him do, one, and two, did he help his case?
Study, prepare.
Study,
prepare, be on time for meetings, show up to the darn meetings. Understand what we're doing as a scheme. Want to play this game, desire to play this game, desire to be the best in this game, at practice, in the film room, and on your own free time. You do know that I check film time for each player upon the week. Thursday, I need film time from the whole staff so I can see who's been preparing. And that's just not about Cormani. It's about a multitude of them. So if I don't see that, you would be a fool to put somebody out there and they're unprepared. Can't do it. Won't do it. Can't do it. I'm old school. I'm sorry.
Did Oregon help in that regard? Because he got out there late.
What a score. Shoot. I started to put you out there at one point.
You see that Broncos game? Or
hey, leave my guy alone. Leave my guy alone. I love the Broncos. You know I love their coach. And Sean Payton's my guy. He's going to get it right. I promise you that. I believe in Sean Payton.
There's no nice way to sugarcoat this, but just being straight up, Coach Prime is challenging Cormani there. He's young. The young man may still have a very bright future, but as we told you earlier this week, may is the key word. There are no guarantees in life or in this sport. There's no doubt that he needs to surround himself with the hardest workers on the team and learn to grind it out. He needs to be going that extra mile, and when you have or get a reputation for being lazy, you almost have to work twice as hard to fix it. The next thing that happened was Cormani made a post to Instagram, and we've talked about that at length and told you about it on this channel. But for those who don't know, Cormani said this: "You'd be surprised what happens behind closed doors," McClain wrote. Everything isn't what it seems, but he's pushing through the politics every day, and that's the only way out. Now, first off, we wish Cormani the absolute best. I told you earlier we weren't quite sure what Cormani meant when he made this post, but I don't think that adding any kind of confusion or ambiguity around this is really helping his case. I know the best thing he could have done was to put on Instagram that Coach Prime was right and he was working hard to kind of find that dog within himself, but that's not what he said. He said something that a lot of people in the comments interpreted as making excuses. And we're not saying that that's what he did, but if you go read the comments on that Instagram post, that is what and how others took it. Finally, we want to play new audio for you guys and let you come to your own conclusions about where this relationship is heading. Here you go.
The standard is the standard. Never change the standard. Always ends with that.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So make sure everyone has a complete idea and a clear idea what is expected and hold them to it.
And this is who we are.
Yeah.
We ain't changing that. I don't care who you are. We're not changing. This is how we are. This is where we're going. This is how we're going to get there, and that's not going to change.
Which plays in a little bit. You had a comment. I won't say. You had a comment about one of your players this week. You were
I know you're talking about.
Yeah. And that's the kind of mentality you're trying to get across to you.
I'm not changing.
Yeah.
I'm 56, and I'm really confident about who I am. I'm good. I've done some good things in life. I'm not changing.
Yeah.
This is how it's going to be, and if you like it or you don't, you could stay here, you could go.
Okay.
It's going to be one another, because when 119 players choose to do it this way and we got one guy that doesn't, that's a problem.
Yeah.
It's not with the 119, it's with the one. Yeah.
You just have to love what Coach Prime said here. In case you missed it or any part of it, he said, I'm 56. I'm really confident about who I am. He said, I'm good. I've done some good things in life. I'm not changing. This is how I'm going to be. And if you like it or don't, you could stay here or you can go, okay? It's going to be one way or the other, because when 119 players choose to do it this way and we got one guy that doesn't, that's a problem. I think it's pretty clear where Coach Prime stands on all of this. It doesn't sound like this man is playing around. It doesn't sound like something he wants to be talking about leading up to the USC game this weekend. We are pulling for Cormani and really hope that he makes it through this situation. He was one of our top players, and we expected him to make an impact on this season. And listen, it sucks that this has to be part of the discussion. If you guys would send a quick message of encouragement down in the comments supporting Cormani. I'm not trying to sell you anything on this video. I'm not asking you to subscribe. You don't have to thumbs up. You don't need to do any of that. But maybe we think about a young man who's going through some things and send some words of encouragement. Now, I can't guarantee that ever sees it. I can't guarantee that he ever reads the YouTube comments. I hope he's not, in all honesty. But I do think that it's good of us to show some positivity, like Coach Prime does, like Travis Hunter, you've seen, has this week, and maybe show some support. Maybe not get so down on the young man. Maybe let's show some support. And so we have you here on this video for several reasons, but maybe the biggest one is because it was a time such as this that we needed to support one of our own. Maybe we could see him as a kid, and a young freshman kid at that, who needs encouragement. And so whether he ever sees it or not, it's probably not the important part. It's doing the right thing and trying to be there for a kid who needs it. And this is different, but again, I think that's what's most important for us to do with this situation. And if you agree, I'd love to hear from you down in the comments. And I'd love to see encouraging and positive words sent forth to him. Anyway, we know this was a quick video. We know it was a different video. We love you guys, and we appreciate your support here on the channel. Thank you for tuning in to the Prime Time for College Football.